That was the gorgeous Patsy Palmer then.
No, it wasn't. wasn't Patsy Palmer at all. It was close. Do you want to have another go? There was no Ricky's at the top of it.
Sorry, I'll say that again. That was the gorgeous Patsy Kensit.
Yes.
With Eighth Wonder and I'm Not Scared. A wonderful A to Z of camp and a total 80s classic.
It certainly was. Now, what's next week?
It's Jay.
Jay.
Oh, it's a bit difficult. James Brown.
He's not camp.
Jocelyn Brown.
Jocelyn Brown. Is she? Well, kind of, I suppose.
Well, she's not camp though.
No, you have to have a think.
I will get one though. I will.
You'll get one.
Oh yes.
Marvellous.
Oh yes.
Now, earlier today, we were very lucky indeed, weren't we?
Absolutely.
Because we had a very special interview with the group known as
Blake!
Blake!
I didn't mean to say it like that. Blake! Oh, four very hot men. What?
Go on, carry on.
They are. My friend Teresa fancies them.
Well, good for her. Shall we just play the interview? Is that the best thing?
I think it's wise. If you don't know much about them, you'll certainly know more by the end of this. We're here with Blake, the award-winning crossover classical boy band. How are you guys?
We're very well, thank you.
And for those of you who don't know who Blake are, do you want to introduce yourselves?
Okay, this is Stephen speaking. Hi, I'm Dom. Hi, I'm Jules. And this is Ollie. And we're Blake.
Now, you guys have had such amazing success over the last 18 months, and it's all, really took off for you. How did you guys get together in the first place?
It's a funny story, actually. Jules and Ollie have known each other since they were 7 years old. They were choristers together at school. And about a year and a half ago, they thought it'd be quite fun to try and put a group together after seeing other groups like Il Divo and G4. And they thought, let's get some guys together, young guys that enjoy singing classical music, pop music. And they contacted myself and Dom through Facebook, which is quite a modern way of doing things, but it worked really well for us.
What about the name Blake? How did that come about?
I think we wanted something very sort of English, and we were sort of thinking of, romantic poets in a kind of a naive way, and we came up with Blake after William Blake, who of course wrote the words to Jerusalem, which one of the great classical numbers of all time. So it was as simple as that, really.
That's fantastic. Now, also, you've been touring with Catherine Jenkins, a beautiful Welsh icon.
Yeah, lovely.
How's that been?
It's been amazing, actually. She's been really, really good to us. We've toured with her all over the summer, and her fans are really warm and receptive of us, and we had a great time. And then now we're going off to tour with her again all through December, all around the UK. So we've been very lucky.
Yeah, you've had fantastic early success. What do you think has been the highlight of the last 18 months?
Picking up the Brit Award probably gets up there at the top of the Albert Hall.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
That was quite a rush.
Can you talk us through that? Like the whole evening, how did that come about? When did you hear you were nominated? All that sort of stuff.
Yeah, we found out about 4 or 5 weeks before the awards that we'd been nominated for the Album of the Year award with about 9 other artists, and it's the only award in the evening that's done by public vote, not by a committee. So we're up against some pretty stiff competition. A lot of artists who had been around for a lot longer than we had, and sold probably more albums than we had as well. So we thought we were going to be in with a bit of a tough time. But in the end, it all came through for us, unfortunately. And we went to the ceremony, and turned out we had loads of support in the auditorium. And when our nomination was read out, we had loads of screaming girls up the top. And then Simon Bates announced that it was us, and we went up and gave a little speech. And what was special about it was that it was almost a year to the day that we'd met for the first time. So it's kind of a good climax of the year that had just been, and we found out afterwards it was only the second time in the history of the awards that a debut act had won it.
That's fantastic.
That's really good.
Now, you mentioned your second album. Now, tell us a bit more about that.
Well, for us, the first album was very much kind of showing people that we'd all had classical training with our voices. And we wanted to show some of our kind of classical ability on that first album. Loads of really good songs on there. But with the second album, we wanted to show people that there are kind of two sides to the Boys and Blake, and so much that, yes, we are classically trained singers, but we've also got pop voices as well, which we're really, really happy to use and really proud of. So on the second album, we started putting songs on there which were songs of our generation, songs that we grew up to. So we put things like Chasing Cars, Closest Thing to Crazy, Heaven Can Wait, mixed in with, great classical tracks like Time to Say Goodbye and Because We Believe. So it's probably what we tried to do was to, in an album, emulate that kind of
thing that everybody has on their iPods now, which is everybody's got really big music collections full of loads of eclectic choices. And on one album, we wanted to take people on a really unusual journey. So it's not like a lot of modern albums in so much that you kind of have a song, then a silence and a space in between, then another song. This whole album's actually designed to run from one track to another seamlessly. So it's got loads of beautiful electronic and orchestral links. So it's a very unusual piece of work.
Also, I have to say, you're all very, very attractive, aren't you? I think the women would love you.
Well, my mother's always said that, but then so if it's a compliment from you, we'll take it as a compliment. Thank you so much.
Well, I know my friend Teresa, she's definitely got a crush on you, Ollie.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I have a number?
Well, talking of meeting your fans and stuff, I know you're travelling with, touring, with Catherine Jenkins. What about yourself? Are you guys going to tour on your own?
Yes, we are. I think we've got a tour planned for next March and April. So we're really excited about that. Obviously, that's still quite a long way away, and we have to sort of, do all the things in between. But it's all around the UK.
And we've got 2 dates in Wales.
Yeah, 2 dates in Wales.
Oh.
We've got one in St David's Hall in March, and one in a place that I can't pronounce. I can't read it. It's somewhere, it's near Swansea.
It's got lots of L's in it.
So just remind us, when's the second album out?
It's out very soon. It's out this coming Monday, so just the weekend over.
Now it's time. We know everything about Blake, but we want to know the real Blake. So we're going to ask you some quick fire questions. Let's start with, okay, Ollie, if you had to repopulate the world with somebody, who would it be?
Oh my God, what sort of a question is that? Kelly Brook.
Jules, who would it be?
Cheryl Cole.
Steve?
Franca Potente, the German actress.
Oh, different.
Finally, Dom.
Emily Blunt.
I knew he was going to say that.
Who's Emily Blunt?
Who's Emily Blunt? Emily Blunt is in Devil Wears Prada, and she is in Gideon's Daughter. She's an actress, and she's beautiful. She's very talented.
I think
we knew that.
We knew that. I was just making sure that our listeners did too.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Melons or marrow?
What?
It's got to be melons.
I think melons, yeah.
Melons.
Melons
all round, please.
Hey! How would you spend your perfect Friday?
Oh, a tricky one.
I think out with friends, we spend a lot of time with each other, and it's actually, we miss out on our social lives quite a lot with all our concerts and everything. So every time we can go out, we do. So out with mates, I think.
Well, what do you reckon? I think my perfect Friday would have to be sat in listening to your show, actually.
Hey! Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. We would recommend to everybody that you go and see these guys because they're absolutely stunning, both vocally and visually. I keep banging on about that, but it's sad but true. But guys, it leaves it down to you to introduce your song.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're gonna leave your listeners with one of the modern tracks off the album. It's Chasing Cars, which is on our second album, And So It Goes, which comes out on Monday. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Everyone a play. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.